Here's how to bulk without gaining any fat. Let's get straight into it. So first of all, I want to start off by saying that you have my respect. You've chosen to watch a video that can help you in your life, that you can use to improve yourself, and in this case, improve in the gym, instead of watching endless amounts of useless content that not only waste your God-given time, but fry your dopamine receptors. And this point here, frying your dopamine receptors, that's one thing I'm going to talk about in a later video, so stay tuned for that kind of stuff. Longer and barely edited videos like this require a better attention span, so keep it up. If you're able to watch full, long explanations and guides like this without zoning out even once, you've got an attention span that only 1% of the world's population actually has. So fair play. And you can use that as sort of a challenge, see how long you can go without zoning out and thinking about other random stuff. Because with a deep focus like that, you're not only going to improve in your school or in your work, but you're going to gain a lot from videos like this. So really try. So the intro to the video. You've probably heard of bulking before, but even if you haven't, I'll be explaining it in this video. I'll be explaining what it is, the different types of it. But you'll see here, each part of the video will have its own chapter. So for stuff you're really not interested about in a long ass video like this, you can just skip past it, to be honest. It helps my algorithm, helps me in my videos, well, the YouTube algorithm helps to get my video up there a little bit, because the watch time, if it's all the way through on average, then that's going to help me a lot. As I say, these are the different chapters of what I'll be explaining. So what bulking is and the different types of it. You don't need to watch this part. This is just like a brief explanation of all the other kinds and what's bad about them and whatever. My diet and what it consists of, this is the most important part of the video. This is the video in itself pretty much. So if you skip past that, there's no point in even clicking on this video. So really do watch that. A scientific explanation of it all. This is the part that you really do not need to watch. It's, as I say, scientifically explain all of it, and it's not even that in depth, because I only explained it in a way of how this benefits you in the gym, not even in the rest of your life. So it's not going to be long, but it's not important. It just helps me to watch all the way through if you do. And my story and my mistakes. Again, not very important, but it's probably the most entertaining part of the video, because it's like a little montage if you want. There's all different pictures and explaining different points of my life, and just generally going through my story and my weight loss and whatever. And you can also learn from my mistakes. That's one thing I also put in it, so you can take from me everything I did wrong and not have to do it yourself. So here's why you should trust me. You might think to yourself, oh, why should I listen to you? Why should I trust you? You're just a teenager, you're a little kid, blah, blah, blah. You don't know anything. Well, I think you should trust me. I think I'm a trustable source. I speak from experience. I've tried multiple bulking diets. I've tried lean bulking or clean bulking. I've tried dirty bulking. I've tried this diet, as I call it, the primal bulking. So I speak from experience. I know what each one does and what each one feels like, what each one makes you look like, and I can tell you this diet makes you feel the best, look the best, be the best. I've been fat and I've been skinny. I think that alone makes me really reliable, because people who've been fat sometimes get scared to bulk because they're scared to be fat again. Sorry, they're scared to become fat again. But people who've been skinny, or are skinny, might not want to believe me because, oh, you don't know what it's like. We try so hard and we don't put on any weight, blah, blah, blah. I've been both. I've been so skinny that I hated when I look in the mirror, that I stood in the mirror for hours trying to pose and make myself look as good as I could. And I've been so fat that I wouldn't even look in the mirror. I've been on both sides. I know what both feel like. But my metabolism is absolutely crazy. I can put on weight and I can lose weight so fast. So if you don't want to believe me because of that, then fair enough. But 16 pounds of lean mass in 7 months is bizarre. I think the fact that I've been able to do that is quite crazy. People would claim steroids, blah blah blah, but I'm not that big enough. I'm not big enough to be claiming that or anything. But I think that's quite a good example of how good this diet is. So if you want to believe me, you don't want to believe me, then just look at the flipping pictures, mate. This is when I was cutting last year. I'll explain this in my story part, but I really shouldn't have been cutting for as long as I did. I used to stand in the mirror for hours. After every single gym session, I'd whip off my shirt and I'd stand there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes. I still go check the pump now, like as you can see here. I still do it now. I just don't sit there posing, trying to make myself look as big as I flipping could. My bicep looks okay. My chest is kind of full. My shoulders are nice and lean and striated and blah, blah, blah. But generally speaking, I was a twig. I was very, very skinny. Slightly bigger than the rest of my mates, but I was 9 stone 8 maybe, 9 stone 9 here. Here's when I tried dirty bulking. I don't think there's any need for that door bang, but here's when I tried dirty bulking. I'd come out of a diet where I was cutting for 7 months, so my appetite was like a horse. The maddest my appetite's ever been, and I could shovel stuff down me like no one. I've got 5,000 calories every single day. But it was all junk food, so I ended up looking like this. Pale, gyno was looking horrible, flipping massive flabby belly, even though I'm arching like mad to try and make myself look a bit more oof. Still just fat as anything. You can still see the lip of fat there. It's just not a good situation to be in. And as I said about the gyno, anyone who's got gynecomastia will understand this. Sorry to you guys that don't understand it, don't get it, but I'm comfortable in myself now. You can see there, just standing up like that, it looks like I've got a woman's boob. I've got big nipples like that, and it looks like I've got a breast. What we can do to make it sort of go away for a few minutes, 10 minutes maybe, is we pinch it like that. And now this is going to go away in about a minute, and it'll look sort of flat, a bit more normal. When you dirty bulk, that doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. That trick, the little pinch like that, it doesn't work. Unless you're carrying an ice pack in your pocket, so you can just sit there with it on your nips like that, mate, it just doesn't work. So, dirty bulking is not only bad for gaining fat, this, that and the other, but your insecurities become so much worse. It's a horrible situation to be in. Now this here, you can see, is well, to be fair, I was cutting in this picture, so I'd been cutting for about 3 weeks maybe, so I'd lost all of the water weight and whatever. That's why I've got these pictures here. This is from when I was actually in the middle of doing the bulk. So you can see I was full up, I was carved up, looked good. But this is after now. In this picture, I was 10 stone 9 I think, and as I said in here, I was 9 stone, I don't know. Sorry, just having some technical difficulties there. My camera's playing up. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, 10 stone 10 in this picture. 10 stone 11 maybe. Something like that. And then in this picture, 9 stone 8. 15, 16 pounds gained. And I'm arguably at the same level of body fat. My shoulders are just... No, sorry. My forearms are just as shredded. My shoulders are the same. Obviously, you can't see this little striation. But it's because of the lighting difference. But yeah, I'm... literally just the same. I was a little bit more angled here, so you can see my belly button there, but you can't in here. Everything's pretty much the same. Waist is the same. Back to the same level of body fat. Not shredded, because I've never been like that. But I'm back to the same now. And it's 15, 16 pounds heavier. So, arguably to me, that's 16 pounds of lean mass. And it took 7 months. Obviously, this was a part of the 7 months. This was about 3 months of those 7 months. And from here to here, there's not even that much difference. So, technically, I could class it as 4 months. Because it's here to here. And I lost all that fat without even going in a calorie deficit. But I looked like this. Way bigger than this and this. And okay, my bad there. Because in here I am in a calorie deficit. I have been for 2 months now. But this picture I had only been for 3 weeks maybe. So I was water depleted. All the carbs have come back out of my system like it was in this picture. This is what I looked like when I was in the bulk. I think I've already shown it in this video. I can't remember. I had to stop to fix my camera. So I can't remember what I have said. But this is when I was carved up. Back was way more full. You can still see here, like, there's a bit of that fat blubber there. But that's just because of the dirty bulk. That really screwed me up. It made my progress look really, really weird. But you can see there's massive growth in the shoulders, this there. And you'll see in the My Story part how mad my back actually looks now. Because you can see here, I've got big shoulders, sort of, you know, nice development. But you can't even see my rear delt. Like, it's not even visible. But trust me when I say, the back's looking mad these days. And not only that, all of these things are obviously with a pump. This is probably about as good as a pump was. This was on a back day, so... well, going off the fact of the trousers, they're all on back days, but... they're with pumps, so I don't really want to count it. So, just to show you lot, this is no pump, fasted, I've had no food today. So what actually is bulking then? This is now a new chapter of the video, so if you scroll across and come here, then... okay, hello, welcome back. Sorry, just fixing my camera there. There we go. Yeah, so what actually is bulking then? Well, by definition, every kind of bulking is simply just a calorie surplus. This is when you consume more calories through food and drink than you expend through calorie processes. to me, I read that and I understand what that means. But if you want it a little bit more simpler, then I've broken down the words for you: a calorie and a surplus. So a calorie is a measure of energy expenditure and stored energy. The calories in diet and exercise consumed and burned are referred to as kilocalories. So a calorie is the energy in food and the energy in there. I think you should hopefully have heard of this word before and you might understand it now, but again, it's just energy. A surplus, an amount of something left over when requirements have been met, or an excess of production or supply. You might have heard it used in geography when a country's got a water surplus or they're in a water deficit, which is the exact opposite. Basically, calorie, energy, surplus, more than you need. When you're in an energy more than you need, more energy than you need, it's called a calorie surplus. So you're eating more calories than your body is burning. Now with me, it helps me to see it in number form. Like when I think of calories and a surplus and stuff, this is what I see in my head. I see the maintenance level around 2,500 calories is the male average. For women, it's like 2,200 or something, but we'll just call it here just so you can see. When I imagine a little surplus, a small one, I go in my head, it's 500 above, it's 3,000. That's how I can see it like that. Then a big surplus, this is where you're going to make big boy gains, you're going to put on a lot of weight up here. A 1,000 calorie surplus, 3,500 calories, that's how I see it. This is how much you need to survive, to live good, because this is how many you're burning in a day. That's the amount of energy you're actually using. To sit at maintenance level, to not gain or lose any weight, to fill the tank up to just where you need, it'd be here. 2,500 calories. To grow a little bit, to put on a bit of weight, 500. To put on a lot of weight quick, and hopefully this weight will be muscle if you're training properly and eating properly as well, you're going to be at a 1,000 calorie surplus, 3,500. Now, if you don't want to lose weight, you don't want to eat here. That's why I've put it in red. Because if you're trying to gain weight, you don't want any of these numbers. Most skinnier people are sitting in these numbers. You don't realise it, but you are. I eat so much and I just never gain any weight. Well, you evidently don't. Metabolisms aren't just being skinny. Metabolisms is this. This is your metabolism. The amount that you burn in a day. If you've got a fast metabolism, yours is just up here a bit more. Right? You can't say I eat loads and I don't put on any weight, because clearly you don't. Eating loads is eating more than you burn. So if what you're burning is up here, or up here maybe, you still need to be eating this much more to be gaining weight, but you're not. You're eating this much less than what you're burning. You say you eat so much, but you probably don't anyway. You really probably don't. If you track your calories, you'd probably be eating around here. Most skinny people do, and they just don't realise. But this is why you're losing weight. This is why you're so skinny. You've not even got muscle on you. Because your body's had to feed off of its own cells. And that's what this causes. A caloric deficit, eating less than what your body needs, leads your body to eat off of its own cells. So when people are cutting, they're on a diet to try and lose weight, this is where they are. They're doing this so that their body feeds off of their own stored energy cells, which is fat. You don't have that fat on your body. So your body's had to feed off its own muscular cells, which is why you are so skinny. So if you want to calculate the calories in your food, so you can understand how much you're actually eating in a day, this is the calculation for it. It's the weight of food divided by 100. The answer to that times the calories per 100 grams. So if you look at an item of food and on the packaging, there's going to be on the back the nutritional label, the nutritional value label. And it's going to have all of it per 100 grams, and some might even have it per serving, but most of the time I don't listen to that. It's the per 100 grams where you want to be looking. It's going to have the calories per 100 grams, the fat per 100 grams, the carb per 100 grams, and the protein per 100 grams. Just for the calories, I also do protein if you want to track proteins as well. You want to get what's per 100 grams. So, as an example, I've done eggs. Round about 3 eggs is 160 grams, round about, near enough, estimate, blah, blah, blah. Might be 150. It's just so I can show you a practical example. 160 grams divided by 100 is 1.6. If you can't do that in your head, then videos like this might be too complex for you, but I'm assuming you should be able to divide things by 100 in your own head. If you can't, then work on that skill, because it really does help. Now, I know, again, 1.6 times calories per 100 grams, and that's the amount of calories that you've eaten. I know, off by heart, that calories per 100 grams of an egg is 131 calories. I know that. I know quite a few foods. I know what chicken is. I know mince. I know nuts. I know honey. I know peanut butter. These kind of things, I just know off by heart. I know it in my head, and I can memorize it, so it helps me calculating. But if you can't, then recommend taking pictures or screenshotting what it is per 100 grams. So then when you're calculating it and writing it all down, you can just have it there on your phone. You can scroll across and look at it. But as I say, 131, I know that. So it's 1.6 times 131, sorry, and you get the amount of calories. So there it is, 1.6 times 131 is 209.6, giving us the answer that 160 grams is 209.6. Now, I'm sorry if I've ranted on for too long there, but I hope you can see that. You can see how it works. You go down the bits and you get your answer. It looks long, but when you actually put it into flipping practicality, it's really not. Because I just see this now as 1.6 times 1.6 by 131, and I've got it. It takes literally seconds. I'll do it now. Get my phone. You ready? Time me if you want. Don't really care. We'll do 1.9 or something. Yeah, you ready? 1.9 times 131, 248.9. There you go. Simple as that. Maybe 2 seconds? It's easy. Now, if you want to calculate your maintenance, how many you actually burn in a day, then there's two different methods for it. There's the maintenance calculations, which is your basal metabolic rate times your physical activity level. This is the equation for it, by the way, and this in itself has its own equation, so we'll get to that in a minute. Or you can just buy a device that tracks calories for you. For example, a Fitbit, a Whoop Watch, or an Apple Watch. I chose a Fitbit a year and a half ago, and it's still in great flipping condition. They work fine, they last so long, and I think they're the better method because they actually properly track your physical activity level, because this is just an estimate number, whereas this tracks what you do day by day throughout the day. So I would recommend getting one, or if you already have one, like you already own an Apple Watch, start wearing it every day. So to calculate the BMR times PAL, you want to know what your BMR is first. The basal metabolic rate is the amount of energy that you use while resting. I've put that word in bold because it's really important. It's what you do while you're resting. On a day where you do nothing, or before you do anything, it's the amount that you burn. So let's say school's off or it's a weekend, you've not gone to the gym, you've not done anything, you're just sitting there. This is what you've done. You've burnt at your basal metabolic rate. This is how much you do just sitting around. Now, people with faster metabolisms have a higher number of this. People with slower metabolisms have a lower number of this. You'll come to find that when you do the calculation, but you might see that it's a bit iffy. It's why I'm not the biggest fan of them, because they can't exactly calculate in your metabolism. Now, for men, this is the calculation. For women, it's there. It's arguably the same thing. It's just add 5 and minus 161. It's not too great a difference. But it's as simple as this. 4.536 times your weight in pounds. So put your weight there. It has to be in brackets, by the way. So if you want to do it on your phone, then what you can do is go on calculator. And if you turn your phone to the side, it goes into the brackets there like that. Well, the brackets is in the top left, sorry. Or you can just type it into Google with the brackets and everything, with your weight in there, your height in there, your age in there, and it'll give you the answer. It's going to be between like 1,500 and 2,500. Somewhere there, might be a bit lower, might be a bit higher, but it's going to be there. That's how much you're doing when you're resting. Now, to get it with what you actually do in a day, along with your exercise levels and stuff, you want to calculate your physical activity level, which, as I say, it's not really a calculation, it's an estimate number. This is why I don't like this method as much, because this number is rarely ever going to be accurate. Like today, I'm over here, little or no exercise. I've not gone to the gym because it closed early, so I didn't manage to go in time. But most days, I'm chilling around here, 1.75 to 2.0. So it's the variation in the days, Some days I'm here, some days I'm here, some days I'm all the way up here. And on a really odd day, I could be somewhere around here. So it's just what I'm saying about using a watch or whatever. But either way, just take a look, and if it fits what you do, if you do little to no exercise, be honest with yourself, right? Don't lie, because your body knows what it's burning. You can't lie to your body, so pick a one that you actually know is the truth, and then multiply it by the answer that you got from here. Whatever number came out of this calculation, times it by one of these. So yeah, you should now have your somewhat maintenance number, and then if you've calculated a day of eating, you can see if you're in a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit. Start tracking your calories. Like, seriously, start tracking them, because you need to ensure that you're actually eating in a calorie surplus. The people who say, yeah, I'm cutting, yeah, I'm bulking, but I don't track my calories, it's just silly. It really is just silly. Because how do you know you're actually eating enough? Especially people who are cutting. If you don't track your calories and you're cutting, you're just stupid. Because you could be eating in a flipping calorie surplus, putting on weight, but you don't know it. You're wasting time. So count your calories. Trust me. It's not necessary if you're just going for health, but if you want to change your weight, track the flipping calories. Now on to the next chapter of the video, the different types of bulking. What are they? What do they consist of? What do they do? Well, you've got dirty bulking and clean bulking. They're pretty much the most popularised and technically the only types. Thing is with dirty bulking, it's eating as many calories as you can, no matter the flipping source. If it be Ben & Jerry's ice cream, pizza, milkshakes, anything. People don't care when they're a dirty bulk because, hey, dirty bulk, I'm just dirty bulking. It's horrible for your health. You look like a mess. And as you saw from my picture, you don't get any flipping progress. You don't put on enough muscle. Yeah, you put on weight quick, maybe like a pound a week. It's not of muscle though. So there's no point in doing it. You just look fat. It literally cursed bulking in general with the reputation of getting fat. That's why I hate it. I've heard so many people say, I want to put on muscle. I don't want to get fat. I don't want to get too big. I don't want to get fat. You don't have to get fat to bulk. People, when they hear that, they're so used to TikTok rotting the brain. You're dirty bulking. Rah, 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 that they don't realise you don't have to get fat when you bulk. Then people say, yeah, I know, you can just clean bulk. Clean bulking was made because people wanted a way to bulk without getting fat. So you can just clean bulk. You can just do some lean bulking. Just a small calorie surplus, 300 calories. No. The reason this made people fat was because of what they were eating. Eating all that crap is bound to put you fat on. You're not going to look good. You're not going to feel good. Clean bulking is eating the clean foods. In theory, it's the most effective, but the foods associated with it are not good for you at all, and they're going to end up putting fat on again. You know, and I say that in theory because if you actually ate clean, it doesn't matter how much of it you eat, you won't really put on fat. But the foods associated with it, the foods that people say, yeah, it's clean, it's healthy, they're not. Mate, these protein bars, these Nature Valley nut bars, these vegetable proteins, all this protein powder crap, these yogurts, this yip yap, it's not good for you, and your body just treats it as sugar, so it'll end up getting put on as fat. So don't do this. Don't do this crap, right? Waste of time, waste of money. Don't. So my diet, the primal bulk. This is a very, very short section of the video. You know, that last one was, but this is going to get a bit longer now, as you can see. What can I eat, this, that, and the other. So, yeah, my diet, the primal bulk. It's a really enjoyable diet, in my opinion. You're literally just eating real food, but so much of it. And I'll get into what you can eat in a minute. But yeah, it's a really enjoyable diet. It's cost effective. It's not very expensive if you do it properly. It's nice, right? You don't put on fat, you put loads of muscle. It's good. Now, Eddie Abu is a big supporter of this diet. I learned a lot from him, but most of the time I get it from studies and stuff. You may have seen him on TikTok. He's an old man, bald, grey beard. He's about 60, which is mad because he looks great for his age. And he follows diets like this. This is the diet he puts in his muscle building ebook. But I'm not going to charge you for this. I'm not going to make you pay for my ebook. But from him is the quote, real food is either from the ground or from an animal that ate the food from the ground. And I love that quote because it makes the most sense. If your food's coming from a lab, it's not food. It's a chemical concoction. It doesn't belong in the human body. What belongs in the human body is what God gave us through the dirt, the soil that grew up, and from the animals that eat from that same sourced food. That's real food, to put it simply. That's the food you want to be eating. Now, what you do eat it in high quantities. Eat big-ass bowls, big-ass plates, loads of food. Now, if you're a skinnier person, you don't have to worry about staying 100% clean. You can somewhat lean or clean bulk. You can get away with it because you won't put on as much fat, but it just comes down to your health. If you're like a health flipping, what is it, a health addict or whatever, I don't know, you treat your body as a temple, as you should, then don't do it. But generally speaking, this diet, it's great for all-round health, muscular gain, and all these things. So, what can you eat? If nothing in this video has made sense up to now, this is where you want to be listening. This is where you want to be paying the most attention because you're going to actually be doing this. This is what you're going to be doing. This is almost an actionable step. This is how it's going to affect your life. Now, there's a couple of things I want to say just before I do tell you everything you can eat. I didn't name veg because as a whole, veg is just, it's one of them things where it's just a vegetable's a vegetable. Do you know what I mean? So, definitely eat your veg. I just couldn't be asked to list it because you can eat every veg in this diet. You can eat all vegetables. So, you know, carbs is probably the best part about this diet for enjoyability, for price, all these kind of things. Carbs is probably going to be the best. Now, For the best carbs, you want what's organic and minimally processed. The minimally processed stuff is mandatory. If you're eating processed carbs, why are you eating them at all? And with the organic thing, this is what I mean. It's not mandatory, but it just makes everything a bit more nutritional, a bit better for you. They put it on the labels and stuff, and when you see that, that's like a green flag and so such. It just basically means it comes from a good source, a good farm, and whatever. So sweet potatoes, fruit, oats, and this is one of them things that's minimally processed, is mandatory. The best is jumbo or steel cut. When they cut them down more, and you've got like the, I don't even know what it's called, but you've got like the powdery stuff. You've got the smaller ones like Quaker's Oats. Never touch them. It's out of process. It's just not good for you. Rice, the best is jasmine, basmati, or wild. But at the end of the day, rice is rice. So if you want to have white rice, get white rice. It's not complicated. Now 100% honey. Again, 100% honey. If it's any less than that, 96%. Oh, it's only 4. Don't buy it. The 100% option is literally right next to it. It's probably the same price, bigger jar, maybe so it's a bit more expensive, but just get the 100% honey. And the best is from a good bee farm or proper sourcing. If you are getting it from a supermarket, then okay, it's better than nothing. But if you really care about your health, the nutritional value of it all, you want to be going and finding good bee farms. Now this is for the people who've got too much money to themselves, you've got bloody blah blah blah. Go to a good farm, because bee honey, real good bee honey is crazy for your health. It's good for your testosterone, it's good for your skin, it's good for this, it's good for that. It's really, really good for you. It's literally nature's medicine. So if you can get a good source, get it. Homemade pasta and homemade bread. So your typical carbs that you imagine when you think of a carb, they can be fine. They can be alright. They don't need to be bad. You know, you come to a point where you see people saying bread's good for bulking, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to the point where you realise it's not good for you because of all the preservatives and this, that and the other. Then you realise you can just make it from home. Pasta is literally egg and flour. That's all it is. 1 egg per 100 grams of flour or something like that. And you've got pasta. Homemade bread is literally water, water, yeast, flour and salt. Maybe a little bit of sugar. 4 or 5 ingredients. 2 ingredients. Pasta and bread can literally somewhat be good for you. They can be fine. Just make it from home. Or if you can't be arsed because you're that lazy, then sometimes at the bakeries in shops or a street market bakery, you'll find that there's a little bit less because they serve it to you on the day and it doesn't last long because there's not very many preservatives. Now 90% dark chocolate. You might think, chocolate in this diet? What? 90% dark chocolate is actually really, really good for you. As long as there's a minimal amount of sugar and whatnot, it's good for you. If you're a bitter tasting kind of guy, then okay, it's good. But if you're not really liking those kind of flavours, then obviously don't get it. But it's good for your hormones, it's good calories. You know, like, it just is what it is. Now, I just remembered as I was talking about the bread, street markets. Markets are flipping crazy for you because the prices are low. They come in like cardboard boxes and stuff. So, you know, you're avoiding plastic and whatever. It's great. Most of it is going to be organic and it's going to be from good sources because it's literally from the farm. Markets are great, so I would aim to buy from them. Dairy. Always full fat. If you're not buying full fat, stop buying it at all. That's what I have to say first. Everything, milk, yogurt, all of it blue. The blue label's full fat. That is bog standard. That's minimum. If you don't get that, why are you buying dairy at all? Because when you get milk, red and green, everything's been stripped. All the fat, all the good bacteria, it's all gone. So there's no value for it. Your body literally treats it as sugar water. So don't buy it. Milk. Raw is the best. You know, if you've got a good source, raw, right? Raw is literally the best for nutrients, tastes the best, it's the nice, like, raw. Just get raw. That's what people used to do before we started processing it all. People would go up to a cow and just, damn. But as I say, raw is the best. Greek yogurt. Best is the full fat. Yogurt. Best is full fat. Kefir. Best is full fat. Now, I will say I've never tried kefir, so I don't know how nice it actually is. But I think it's very, very good for you as far as calcium goes and collagen production as well, if you care about that. Kefir is very, very good. Eggs. The best is pasture raised, but obviously if you can't afford like flipping £4 a dozen, then go free range or things with the cage stuff. It's not even worth it. So if you're going to get eggs, go free range or pasture raised. It's where it's the best for you. Now the difference between free range and pasture raised is free range is fed seeds and stuff, but pasture raised is where they literally eat the grass and the worms and the stuff that they need for their nutrients. Now cheese and butter is heavy on the no seed oils. Cheese is obviously best in full fat and any kind of cheese, which makes his diet good. You know, if you like cheese, if you're a cheese guy, you can have loads of it. But no seed oils. You need to start looking at the labels and reading 96% cheese, 4% rapeseed oil. Don't pick it up. Don't buy that stuff. Cheese is literally churned butter. That's all it should be. And when you start adding other stuff like... Sorry, did I say churned butter? Churned milk. That's all it is. Cheese is butter the same as well. It's just churned milk. That's all it should be. There shouldn't be added stuff. Now for both, if you care about your health, then the best is grass-fed, like grass-fed cheddar, grass-fed butter. It's not necessary, you know, as long as it's bloody 100%, then that's where it's the best. Salted for butter as well. But like I say, it's not hard. Most of these things, like the 100% stuff, if you look at the labels, they're all right next to each other. You've just got to start reading the ingredients list. Now for proteins. As I said, there's no veg here, but it's because you can have every vegetable, so it is what it is. Always high fat. The higher the fat, the better. You know, with like your beef, your mince, 23% and plus. That's the labeling that you want to be buying. Now, additionally, grass-fed. I don't know why this says free range. It's supposed to say pasture-raised, but grass-fed, pasture-raised, wild-caught, those are the best. Not necessary again. Things like pasture-raised and wild-caught, they're easy to get. They're in most supermarkets, but grass-fed's a little bit more difficult. Now, beef, grass-fed in high quantity, all kinds of beef liver, steak, all kinds of steak, flipping beef mince, anything beef is good. Chicken, all parts of a chicken, not just the breasts, the legs, the thighs, the wings, all of it. The best is pasture-raised, obviously, with the skin. Buy a full chicken or buy it skinned, because that skin, that's where the fat lies. That's what's good for you. That's what you need. Pork, best is organic. You know, I've never seen organic pork in a shop, I'll be honest. But if you can get it, get it. All parts of a pork. Pigs are high fat animals, so it's gonna be good for you either way. All parts of a pig. You know, sausages, bacon. Bacon's a big one. Bacon's really good. Pork chops, anything. Lamb and mutton, best is grass-fed and high fat quantity again. Obviously, lamb and mutton's a bit more of an expensive meat, so if you're a richer guy, then get it. But honestly, this is one of the best protein sources, not because of the numbers, but generally because of the nutritional value and stuff. Lamb and mutton is one of the best up there as far as meats go. Turkey, best is pasture-raised and with skin. Do you see, the thing is with the, what do you call the birds? The poultry. Poultry you find is pasture-raised. The bigger farm animals, normally grass-fed or organic maybe. But yeah, typically they're the kind of things that you want to go for. But as I say, there's some simple things like high fat quantity with skin. These are easy options that don't really even make a difference on the price. Like for chicken, the with skin stuff's even cheaper. If you get some chicken thingy, some chicken thighs over chicken breast, the price difference, crazy. The fish is honestly great. Not exactly for bulking because there's not that high calories in it, but it's still good nutrient wise. That's why I want to go for the higher fat options. So salmon and stuff, the stuff that's higher in omega-3 fats and stuff, that's obviously great for you. You would have heard about that. Nut butters, these make a big difference because you can put these on most things. Like I put these into my overnight oats, and it makes a huge difference for not even that. You can't even feel a difference. You can't taste it or nothing. So obviously 100% no seed oils and any nut butter. Any nut, it's fine. Obviously the one you find the most is peanut butter, but any nut that you like, nut butter's fine. And nuts on their own as well. Obviously they're great. Best is organic. You know, the thing is with like the baked stuff like this here, I've got some roasted salted cashews here. Look at the ingredients, and Sorry, where is it now? Hold on. Oh, okay, no, this one's bad. Sorry, not bad. But like I say, you can find with stuff like this, the already baked stuff. They bake it in seed oils, this, that, and the other, and it's just why? Why? But yeah, nuts are great, so definitely get nuts. Fats. No seed oils. If you're cooking in seed oils, bro, what are you doing? Wait, let me even get the flipping glasses out for this one. The fats, eating high quantity of fats is actually really bad for you because it's bad for your metabolic health. It builds cholesterol in your arteries, and it's gonna make you fat. Are you silly? Fat is one of the building blocks to life. Live off the fat of the land. You would have heard it before. Fat is good for you. Fat is what you need. So here are the good sources. Of course, I've already said butter, but we've got coconut oil. Coconut oil is great. Tastes nice, adds flavour. It's literally from a fruit. Best is 100%, obviously. You know, you don't want any less than that. And you can also use it for your teeth as well. It's called oil pulling. You get a bit, you swish it around your mouth 5 to 15 minutes, and it's great. Olive oil. Honestly, overall fats, this is what I pick. I pick olive oil, generally because of price, ease of access, and calories per 100 grams. It's like 900 calories per 100 grams. It's great. Obviously, the best is organic and virgin. Virgin you can find everywhere. Pretty much, that's the most common sell, virgin olive oil. But yeah, best is organic as well because the olives have to be organically sourced. Ghee, best is grass-fed. Duck fat, best is pasture-raised. Lard, best is grass-fed. Beef tallow, best is grass-fed. These, I'll be honest, I've never tried any of them. I'll say that honestly, I've never tried any, but I understand that they're great for your health. So if you can and you like them, definitely do. Now, debatable foods. I wanted to make a section about this because, as I said, about if I've not mentioned something, don't eat it. There is some debatability here. So, whey protein powder. The thing is with whey protein is it's not even bad, but you often find that big companies do something called amino spiking, which is when they put more amino acids which your body can't use in to just up the number. So when you look at the nutritional value, it'll say 20 grams, but your body can only use about 5. So it's a bit iffy, along with the fact of also all the other ingredients as well, like all the sweeteners, the maltodextrins, this, that, and the other. If you're going to get protein powders, make sure it's properly sourced. Like, My Protein aren't bad, they're okay, but the best is Santa Cruz Paleo. He doesn't sponsor me or anything, and if he does see this, then please do, mate, because I'm flipping, we'll be buzzing for that. But he doesn't ship to the UK, they don't ship over here, so if you're not in England, then don't bother, but I'll put the link in the bio. For their Amazon link and also just the website in general. Their protein powders are the best. It's all grass-fed, grass-finished. It's great. Protein bars. Protein bars are flipping ridiculous. Grenade bars, all that crap, bro, don't. It's the same thing with the whey protein powder because it's whey protein at the end of the day. They do the amino spike, the other sweeteners, this, that, and the other. There is some protein bars that are fine. Like the Protein Kitchen, these two are literally good for you. They have nutrients and everything, and they're literally good for you. So definitely be getting these. Like the Protein Kitchen, I've bought them from Amazon before. It's like literally dates, nuts, and eggs. You're not got a crazy amount of protein, like it's like 13 grams per bar, but your body can actually use those 13 grams, and it tastes good. Like when I bought a pack of these, I was wolfing them down. Like I went for a whole pack in like 3 days. It's flipping brilliant. And again, I'll put the link in the bio. And again, I'm not flipping sponsored. But I like both those brands, so I will promote them because I agree with what they sell. Now, juices. I didn't put it on the list, the other two, because I forgot I was writing it. But pineapple juice and cranberry juice are also fine. But 100% orange juice, big time. This is like the best juice in the world. If you get it 100% without like bad sourced oranges and whatever, it's fine. But there's some juices that like the pure juices or whatever they're called, I forgot. Innocent juices, this, that, and the other, just don't, man. They're just not good, they're not worth it, or nothing like that, so don't. But like I say, these juices, good. Some juices, bad. You've just got to look into it all, the nutritionals, the ingredients, and all that kind of thing. Now, I want to hurry up, so I'm not dragging this along, but as I said, you can cut through, so I can imagine you've already clipped through to this part anyway. Now, restaurant food. What's prepared from scratch is obviously fine, and what's cooked in one of these fats that are listed. Otherwise, all the guys that buy oven flipping bought stuff, oven cooked frozen stuff. You want to go to them restaurants that are like more old fashioned, the guys that cook pizza in front of your eyes, them kind of thing. But When they make stuff from scratch, you're fine, because it's just not making it from scratch at home. So, you know, some can be fine, some cannot. Just go on the websites, ask inside what they do, what they cook in, this, that, and the other. Now this, you might not believe this is actually on here, but it's debatable. Processed foods and sugary snacks, it's debatable, right? If you can't hold this diet, you can't sustain it, don't kill yourself over it, man. Don't cry. It's fine. If you're a skinnier guy, you can get away with eating that crap anyway. If you want to go 80 to 20%, that thing, 80% good, 20% processed, then okay. You know, as long as you can sustain the diet and live happily, then okay. You know, you want to care about your mental health as well, not only your muscles, but if you want to lock in and seriously grind, then obviously cut them out. But generally speaking, it's not bad. So that's everything you can eat. If you want to screenshot all the slides, I'll take my camera off for a minute. You just want to screenshot all the slides and okay, we'll go through it again. Sorry, hold on. There, carbs, dairy, proteins, fats, debatable foods. There you go. So, yeah, that's it for everything you can eat. And now, on to the science behind it all. Oh, I don't know why there's two slides there, sorry. So the science behind it all, just for the gym, the high protein element of it. I didn't even explain it because it's flipping simple, really. The muscular recovery, the building of muscle cells after being torn in the gym, it's simple. If you don't know what protein does, then you just haven't been going to the gym long enough, really, have you? High fat. I only put what it is just for the gym because that's all that's important in this video, so here it is. Fats produce cholesterol, which is the building block to sexual hormones, and sexual hormones are very important in the gym because they help you in more ways than just being flipping aroused and whatever. So the cholesterol not only produces these hormones but regulates them. So you find with women, when estrogen is produced, they can reach dangerous levels. Estrogen it can start doing damaging things like making your periods really bad, and it can start playing with your mental health and stuff I've read online before. So it regulates them, so the levels don't go too high. They sit at a healthy number. Now for men, testosterone will be produced, providing benefits such as increased strength, muscular mass, bone density, and clavicular widening. Clavicular widening is when your clavicle, your collarbone gets wider and wider, so you look more broad. For women, estrogen will be produced, providing benefits such as increased lean tissue, the hips widening, the waist decreasing in size, and the increase in breast tissue. The high hormone production leads to an increase in desirable traits. That's why I've mentioned these things. You're going to the gym, I'm assuming, so you can look good. You want your desirable traits to be becoming better. You know, if you're a girl, you're not going to say no to wide hips and a slim waist. Like, realistically, you're not, because it's what men find attractive. And for men, you're not going to say no to wider hips and a smaller hips and waist, because you're going to get that V-taper that every man wants. These kind of things, they help with muscular building, like I say, lean tissue, muscular mass, but you just look better when you eat like this. And bone density is a big thing for men as well. You also see improvements in your face, but I'm not going to go too into depth for it because I said just for the gym. High carb. Carbs are converted into glycogen, which is the whole reason why I like them so much. Glycogen is converted into glucose, which is a quick energy source. So if you want to eat this as a pre-workout, if you want to eat a pre-workout, carbs is the best way to go because you can eat it 20 minutes later, you've got energy ready. Glycogen holds water in the muscle, giving it a follow look. This is what I said earlier and what you may hear other bodybuilders saying as carved up. When you're carved up, it's because you're doing something called water restoration. Your body's storing water around the body. It's going to add on a bit of weight. So when you first start a diet, you drop some weight straight away. I've lost 6 pounds this week. It's water weight. It's the water, the carbs in your body been holding on to. Provides a greater pump because that water being held onto is obviously going to increase the amount of fluids inside of the muscle when it's being trained, which is obviously going to give you a better pump. It aids the stimulation of the muscle due to the additional energy provided. Because if you're tired and weary when you're in a workout, you're not going to do so great. But if you've got energy, you've got blood flowing around, good hydration levels, good liquids and fluids inside the muscle, you're going to be able to stimulate it a bit better. It can begin the muscular repair response straight after a workout. So if you eat carbs straight away, the minute you walk out of a gym, it's going to immediately sort of start that repairing response. Obviously doesn't work as well as it does when you're asleep, but it can begin it straight away. So the minute you walk out of a gym, you're not walking around with torn muscles. It's the riskiest macronutrient of them all. People would say, no, it's fat because fat makes you fat. That's not the truth. When you eat carbs, your insulin levels get spiked. I touched that on my last video, and I probably will touch on it more in another video. That insulin spiking leads to energy storage. The way I imagine it is, and I'm pretty sure this is scientifically accurate, let's say your energy levels are here, right, flat, nice and good. When you spike your insulin, it comes up here. Whatever you eat while your energy levels are spiked up here don't really matter. They're all down here. They're not really doing anything because you've got that sugar rush. So because they're not being used, your body goes into energy storing mode and it gets put down as fat. So it's risky. It's risky to be eating carbs because if you're going to put on fat, it's because of these, especially with the high fat. These two combined are a dangerous combo. They're good for you, great for muscle gain. If you don't eat the right sources, great for fat gain. High micronutrient, high electrolytes. It's quite difficult for me to explain this one for the gym because there's obviously so many benefits of high micronutrients. But in the gym, you don't see that much difference, to be honest. There's increased hydration levels and aid performance in the gym from the electrolytes. Because your muscles are hydrated, you're not going to be cramping up, this, that and the other. The increased hydration levels, same thing as the carbs with the increased fluids and whatever, provide a much better pump. And micronutrients such as vitamins have multiple health benefits, but I'll touch on them in my optimal human diet video, which is going to be the next one. Like I say, you know, it's kind of hard to explain in the gym, but for your all-round health, way better. High calorie. Your body will use the additional calories to produce new cells. If you don't eat the correct calories, these cells will be fat tissue cells. You're going to the gym, you're tearing your muscles. If you're eating a calorie surplus, the extra calories can be used to create new cells inside your body, which hopefully are going to be muscle cells. So obviously they're going to be it's going to aid the hypertrophic response and increase of the size of the muscles. Basic principles of a caloric surplus. Now, if you've made it this far, thank you. Like, honestly, I've been rambling on quite a lot, and I can imagine some people aren't even watching this part of the video, but if you're here, thank you, truly. You know, I'm passionate about these things, and I want to make a video, I want to make videos on these things. I want to help you improve yourself. So honestly, thank you for putting through with all my yapping. My story and my mistakes. Probably the most entertaining part of the video. Let's get straight into it. So, the beginning. Up until I was 8, I had an average build, a normal body type, as you can see here, literally just a normal kid. No, wasn't fat, wasn't just literally just chilling, you know, loving life, eating whatever I wanted, like, you know, I was chilling, smiling all the time, happy kid. Didn't care about the way I looked, you know, bro's sitting there smiling with a double chin, I didn't care. It was my birthday, my 8th birthday, bro, yeah! You know what I mean? Having fun like any kid does, you know, on a little sports day with me wham calves. Then I got an Xbox for Christmas 2017, which wasn't this year, I don't think. I think it was Christmas 2016. It was the next year, 2017. That was the downfall. So we're coming here now into age 9 to 10. This is when the effects of the Xbox started kicking in. You can see around here, bro, it was getting bad. I had to share my Xbox with my brother at first. So I wasn't on it all the time. We had an hour off, hour on, hour on. But he was on his TV. He was watching the TV most of the time. So I often found that I was on it pretty much all the time. Then my brother got his own. And we all got our own setups. Once we started getting the room done. Because like I had my bed here where my desk is right now. My brother's bed was back there where mine is. Then we bought this double bed. This bunk bed, sorry. And obviously he doesn't live up there anymore. As you can see by all the stuff that's up there. Then we got our own setups. I've had this desk here in this place for about 5 years now. So yeah, got his own Xbox here. There was a wardrobe in between us so we couldn't see each other. I was on my Xbox all the time. Then on my 10th birthday, round about here, my appetite went, well no it is there, sorry. My appetite went crazy. Out of nowhere, just decides to go boom. So I go from here, regular ass kid, to here. So fast. Once I turned 10, I noticeably put on a lot of weight and even started to form gyno. It's horrendous. This is a 10-year-old little boy, and I was looking like this. Big ass meringue showing off my food, you fat kid. This is when I went on holiday. I remember saying to my mum, Mum, I want to lose weight so bad. I want to lose some weight before we go on holiday. I might even go to the gym while we're there. Walking around, I hated the way my gut looked, but I thought, for some reason, kids were staring at me because I was so big. Ooh. Bro, I was just fat. Like, look at this, sitting down. It was bad. I'm filling out this t-shirt as if I'm hench, but I'm just that fat. So honestly, not great. Came back from holiday, had a tan, blonde hair, could have been good, but it wasn't, because I was fat. And this is a couple months just before lockdown. You know, in here I look kind of tall, which I don't like, so I did need to put this in here. I was about 4'8", probably about 8 stone as well. It's bad. Lockdown. Lockdown was the worst point in my life as far as my weight goes. I'll just put this up here so you don't really see the age, you know. I was 11. This is just before going into lockdown here. Sorry, I don't know what's happened. My brain just farted. This was New Year's. I remember putting this on my Instagram. Happy New Year's, guys! This was February. I looked at my camera roll. This is when I went to a museum with my granddad. And then this is all lockdown from here. Came out of lockdown around here. This is lockdown 2. So, obviously, I did not leave the house. If you did, you're a cheeky little rule breaker. You're so cool. But I hardly ever even went to the garden. I remember my family always saying, well, you never come in the garden until the weather's so nice. You can just sit inside. Oh, I spent the first couple months just playing Minecraft and Fortnite. You know, this is peak Fortnite. Season 1, Chapter 2, Season 1. And Season 2 as well, Season 3. It was good. Then me and my best mate fell out and I discovered anime. And I binged so much and I was eating so much. For the last 3 months of lockdown, all it was just anime. I finished so many. I think I went through about 8 or 9 animes in the space of 3 months. Big ass animes as well. And that resulted in me going from this to this. This is what I was talking about in the last slide. Gynecomastia forming. Literal boobs. That is a 10-year-old boy starting to develop like a girl. A girl. I basically hit puberty like a girl, and it's really screwed me up at this point. I have to clear up my mistakes because this fatty was so unbelievably bad. He couldn't even go outside and do some flipping star jumps or something. Instead, he sat inside doing nothing. Second lockdown came. You know, this is all first lockdown. Then second lockdown came after we came back to school. When school came on, it's just the same life, really. You know, there it is, sorry. Came out of first lockdown, my life hasn't changed, except I just had school now. So I was actually socialising a little bit more. Then second lockdown. I have actually got a picture of me in my online lessons, but I couldn't be asked to find it, to be completely honest. Lockdown as a whole was where I gained the most weight. I probably put on a couple of stone of just pure fat. But it didn't stop there. Age 12, I didn't even want to explain this year. This year was just a nightmare, to be completely honest. Had white hair for most of the time, then I buzzed and thought I was so Sigma. Started trying to lose weight in a way. Oh wait, sorry. I've realised my cursor's on the wrong flipping side of wrong screen. What the heck? Have I been changing slide? Honestly, I don't know. But anyway, as I say, I was looking here, but my flipping cursor wasn't there for some reason. Literal breasts, it's bad. All of it's bad. Just really bad. You can see here the gyno is fully formed now. It's darkened and it's just cursed bad. In fact, this my story's not going as well as I'd planned it to be honest. This is my first time doing a big video like this, and I want to keep it somewhat small. But yeah, just enough said about this year. You can see how it went. Not great. Age 13. This is probably the best year of my entire life. Not enjoyment wise, but if this year had never have happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. Now I don't know why, I've gone flipping zonked this last half an hour of the video. I don't know what's happened to it, I'm flipping knackered. No, grind set, flipping masculinity awesomeness. See that bicep? Oh no, where's my bicep gone? I hate cutting, bro, where's my bicep? Oh. Anyway, I realised I wouldn't lose all the weight I've been insecure about. I thought for some reason it'll just go. My metabolism's sick, I'll just lose all the weight. No, not really. I started going out for a couple months. Stopped. Then started boxing. All my life for 6 months was boxing, eating and Snapchat. I was still eating loads. I was just getting additional cardio. So I kind of just plateaued. I started maintaining weight. But as I say, just Snapchat. I hardly even went on my computer, stopped playing games completely, stopped even speaking to all my friends. I was just speaking to this one girl for months on end, dry conversations and everything. Then I went on holiday and I lost quite a lot of weight because I wasn't eating and I was swimming all day. So it was a lot of cardio, not much food. And I quit boxing in November. The holiday was in September, by the way. For so many different excuses. I had so many different, oh, but I feel like I'm not doing it for myself anymore. But I was actually waiting to be old enough to go to the gym. You know, my reason for it was, I'll stop going this week. This will be my last week because I want to join the gym. But on my last day, I sparred and I got battered because it's my first spar. And then I'd already gone for a week because I was like, yeah, I'm going to join the gym. And then when I found out you have to be 14 to join the gym, I was like, well, I've already been gone for a week. I don't want to make it look like I've just run away from a sparring. So I just stopped going fully, which is really gay. Oh, sorry guys, homophobic language, my bad. I put everything on that I lost on holiday. All the fat that I lost, I put back on because I was doing no cardio or nothing. I was just playing God of War and eating. So the games came back in. Then I started calorie deficit. February was where it started, and for once in my life, I lost a significant amount of weight. And all the pictures on the next slide, so I'll show you. This is when I was going out. This is when I started boxing, gained a bit of confidence, started taking pictures of my body. But as you can see, even with my ribcage flared, I was still fat. The gyno was bad. I had a bloody ringworm, bro. It's just gross. I think I might have accidentally stretched these pictures out, to be honest, because I look quite tall and slim, but I really wasn't. I was about 5'2" and just an absolute weapon of a fat monster. I decided to put a picture of my face in. You can see the headband that I was putting in for boxing. Then, you know, there to there is probably about a 3 months difference. Not even much difference in the body. Wait, 3 months? No, my bad. That's probably about a month. Then here you can see my hair got longer. I lost a bit of chub, to be honest. And then not lockdown, when I went on holiday. From there to there is probably my revenue, or what? 4 months difference, so my hair was way longer. Didn't get it cut that whole time. And yeah, you see I trimmed right the way down. You know, I was looking okay, not that bad. To be completely honest, I'm probably not that much fatter here than I am now. But you see, I looked okay. You know, and this is just generally a good picture, I suppose. I don't look that fat. My arms look okay. But this here, that is a breast. That is a literal boob, bro. That's the gyno at its worst. Not great. Then this is after the calorie deficit. This is just after I'd started putting weight back on after I came back on off holiday. I can remember because of my hair. This is the calorie deficit. I trimmed right the way down. And honestly, I don't look that different. But this is because at this time, I was so focused on looking as good as I could. I'd sit there posing for so long. When in reality, it's like catfishing. I didn't look this good at all. You see my bicep there is absolutely terrible. But we move. Don't want to give us too much detail. Age 14, the year of the mistakes. This is when I started the gym. What is going on here? Hello? There we go. But I made a lot of mistakes. This is where I've got the most to learn from. I'm really dragging this on now, but I continued cutting for 5 months even after joining the gym when there was no need to. Take my advice. If you've just joined the gym, don't cut unless you're like morbidly obese or something. I didn't lose a single pound for any of the, I don't know why it says 4, for those 5 months. If anything, I put on weight, and it wasn't muscle, it was fat. Then tried to do the primal bulk, but it ended up being dirty because my appetite had built up that much. I just couldn't help myself. That led me to putting on 5 or more pounds of fat. Then I actually started to do the primal bulk after lean bulking for a while because I was still having school dinners and stuff. Then I put on 6 pounds while somehow getting leaner. Then I would also like to add that I wasn't in a big surplus when I was primal bulking. So this is when I was cutting in the 5 months after joining the gym. April, May, June, July, August. I look literally exactly the same. For a few nights in August, I had abs kind of had abs for a few days. But it was only at night time when I was full up of my food and everything, and the abs were being protruded forward and whatever. You can see the whole time I stayed the same, arguably speaking. 3-ish months of dirty bulking, September, October, November. Bro, the difference from August to September is bad. Like, look there, it's crazy. But I put on a lot of fat and I wasn't happy. My hair was a mess. Yep. Then 4 months of light primal bulking. To be completely honest, there's not a huge difference. Like I say, I was only doing it light. I didn't eat very much. But there was differences. You know, my shoulders and forearms grew a crazy amount. You just obviously can't see this on back day pumps. And the posing there is different, so I look kind of, I don't know. But they're different months. So yeah, this is all in a calorie surplus as well. Would like to add, and you can see how I've not gotten fatter. I've just gotten a bit more broad. That's evident that it does work in a sense of not putting on any fat. Now this is now, right? 15 years old. Sorry, there it is. I'm currently cutting again to clean up after the dirty bulk. I started cutting maybe a week or two before my birthday. I will be going straight into a heavy primal bulk, so 1,000 calorie surplus at the end of the school term. So 8 weeks now before I stop cutting. I'm currently 10 stone, 9 pounds, which is, as I say, 14 pounds what I was when I was cutting last year. I was 16 stone, sorry, what am I saying? I was 11 stone 6 when I started cutting, that's here. But I am arsed at cutting because of my huge appetite. So I will say I could have cut way quicker. I probably could be lean by now, but I just have a huge appetite, so it's a bit of a problem. But as you can see, there is a big difference there just in my back alone. It was this picture here that made me realise I need to cut because I'm a fat mess. No definition at all. Shoulders rounded forward. Hips are crazy. And you can see here, hips have trimmed right the way down. You can see my rear delt coming round, my traps definition, the lats, the, what do you call it now? Teres major being defined there, you can see. Honestly, not bad. Peep the Hello Kitty pajamas, they are goated to be fair. This is all pictures from now, when I'm 15 now, after cutting for a while. I think I look quite good. I'm definitely in the best shape of my life. You can see here, this is with an arm pump, my arms look good. My back's looking nice, like a Y taper, which is kind of cool. Mad V taper here, this is taking no pump, just at night. This is the picture that I used at the start. Sorry, this is in the way here, isn't it? This is just a picture of my back in the mirror. I thought it looked kind of cool. Then this is how lean I'm getting. The striation of my traps, my my spinae erectae, sorry. The rear delt definition that I was talking about. It's all coming together now. This picture here, it's not crazy, but natural lighting again. You can see though, the abs are sort of coming in, like the top ones are coming in visible. My waist is slimming right out like a flipping hourglass. My arms are big, I'll admit that. My arms and everything look good. My shoulders look good. And the abs again there. To put it simply, it's all coming together. All the hard work, all the dieting, it's all coming together with this cut. Now, what to learn? This is bringing me to the end of the video now. Stick to your flipping diets, bro. If you're going to cut properly and just get it over and done with. You know, oh, I'm hungry. Ooh. Well, you're going to be hungry tomorrow as well. Just be hungry, deal with it. Don't cut if you just join the gym unless you're overweight. Oh, also again with that, eat more. If you're bulky, flipping eat more. Stick to that. If you're just joining the gym, you're wasting your newbie gains to be cutting first thing, so don't do that. Don't dirty bulk, it looks crap, and eating a 1,000 calorie surplus is your great progress, because otherwise, you're going to be over here, not putting on any muscle for 4 months. So yeah. Today's verse of the video is, so also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. And what this means is, as I told you in the last video, the verse of the video, you're saved by faith alone. It's your faith in the Lord Jesus Christ that brings you to heaven. That's how you get in, because it was him who died on the cross for your sins. But if your faith in him dies, because it's fed by works, if you starve it to the point where it dies, it's worth nothing. You're going to go to hell because that faith isn't worth anything. So your faith should be producing works. Your faith in God should be making you want to work like I am now, helping you guys, helping the children and my brothers and sisters in God. Feeding my faith in doing this. You know, you're praying, you're reading, meditation, fasting, preaching, all these things. You're feeding your faith. Keep that faith alive. Thank you all for watching. If you've made it this far and if you watched all the way through, then thank you. I truly do appreciate you. Please like and subscribe so that I can grow as a YouTuber. And feel free to comment any questions that you have or comment about your experience with this diet. It's been a long ass video. Probably going to be like 50 minutes maybe, might even be longer, I'm not sure, I'll just have to see. But I'm grateful that you watched all the way through, so thank you. Now God bless you all, amen.